delighted to say we're joined now by Sky Sports' very own Ian Ward. Ian, I mean, what a day. It couldn't have gone much better for England, could it?
Morning, Pete. Morning, Bella. Can we go back to that previous segment? Because that was fantastic with that women swimming with the shark. No, as far as the cricket go, it could not have gone any better for England. It couldn't have gone any better for England since they started this series. I mean, obviously in Christchurch, New Zealand gifted them, 8 drop catches, but they really haven't put a foot wrong. And it was a remarkable day for 2 incredibly young, talented cricketers. Fantastic for Gus Atkinson to take that hat-trick. He's got 5 as he's got a 10 for. He's got a Test match 100 at Lords, and now he's got a hat-trick. And Jacob Bethell, small sample size, I know, but just looks to the manner born at number 3. It truly was an excellent day, fascinating watch. Cricket played very much on the front foot and England utterly dominating.
Jacob Bethell, how excited are you for his prospects going forward?
Massively. The question we were all asking when he was first selected is what on earth are England doing batting him at number 3 in a Test match? He's never done that before. Well, the question we probably should have been asking is why on earth has he not been playing there for his county Warwickshire? He just looks fantastically set up temperamentally as much as anything. And if you go back actually to the first Test in his first innings in Christchurch, the ball was zipping around, the experience of Southey, the brilliance of Henry. He really is at the top of his game at the moment. Matt Henry with that kookaburra ball. Just his composure as it was zipping around in his first innings. You looked at it and you thought, wow, this kid's got something. Then the second innings, obviously, he took them home with a very, very quick fire 50. But today, you just look at the composure and you look at the whole makeup of the way he sets up a number 3. Someone like Ricky Ponting, I always thought was the ideal number 3, someone who could absorb pressure and then put the pressure back onto the bowler. And Bethell, again, small sample size, seems to be able to do that. I won't get too technical with you, but it's a very simple method. His trigger movements don't get him shut off. They don't get him too open. So he can hit straight down the ground. He hit beautifully through mid-on. That is a sign of a player in form and a class player. And if they do go a little short, he can pull them for 6. So the whole package looks excellent at the moment and may, in due course, give England a bit of a problem in terms of selection because, of course, Jamie Smith pretty much has to come back into the side once he's off paternity leave. He's been brilliant since he's come into the Test side as a keeper. So what do they do there? Do they keep Bethell at 3 and Smith come back in? What do they do with Pope? Anyway, that's further down the line. Today, it was just a shame he couldn't get to 3 figures. Just for the first time, he looked a little nervous when that big carrot was put in front of him, but a fantastic innings.
Cricket's the only sport, I think, particularly watching England, where you can think one day you think everything's terrible, and then you fast forward a few days, and then all of a sudden everything looks great again, doesn't it? I mean, the highs and lows of following England cricket. You talked about the decisions to make at batting there, but how hard is it going to be like, you know, for the likes of Matthew Potts, Mark Wood, Jofra Archer to get back into the bowling attack ahead of the Ashes next year? Because it looks like they found a really nice balance with the bowlers as well.
We got Ollie Stone out there as well, and you've got people like Josh Tongue who are still trying to get back to full fitness. So what England are getting is a very, well, quite a significant pool of seam bowlers, fast bowlers, tall bowlers, which is what Rob Key, Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes have been looking for, going further ahead when they go to the Ashes down under. Some incredibly encouraging signs. Fitness and form changes very quickly, as you mentioned, not just in cricket, but in sport, of course. But at the moment, they're growing this pool. And Cast, I think, is the big find, to be honest. When you talk to Stuart Broad about bowling, and particularly bowling around the world, his big thing is you've got to find the right length to find the top of off stump. And that will change from venue to venue. It'll also change as you go through a Test match, as the pitch changes. And Cast seems to have that ability from a very tall height to get the ball onto the right length to hit the top of off stump. He's quick enough, he's tall enough, he's strong enough, and he's skillful enough. And I think that has been a big, big find for England.
Wanted to ask you about Joe Root as well, becoming just the 4th man to have scored more than 50 on 100 separate occasions. We've been talking about this a lot this morning. Do you think, Ian, he's done enough to silence those who might be questioning his legacy, i.e. Darren Lehmann?
I was going to say, it depends if you ask Darren Lehmann. I mean, I sort of saw where Darren was coming from because, you know, to go to Australia and score runs is one of the biggest, if not the biggest challenges for any overseas player. And that has done it all around the world. That's the one thing on his resume that probably he would really, well, undoubtedly he would like to tick off. But I haven't seen Joe play as well in terms of where he is mentally, where he is in terms of his thought process, where he is with his technique as well. His desire to bat is insatiable and he still wants to get better and better and improve. But there's no doubt he will want to get 100 down the line in Australia. That's a long way down the line, though, Bella. We've still got this series, and New Zealand are a good side. They're a good side at home, and then we've got India, and form and fitness and everything can change. But yes, a long way down the line. That will definitely be something he'll want to tick off. I don't doubt that he will, actually, to be honest. I think he's in a very, very good place with his cricket and his life.
And just finally, quickly, before we run out of time, when's the declaration coming?
Who knows? No idea what Ben Stokes is going to do. He's got 533 runs ahead already. We thought he might have declared just up the stumps. He decided not to. Maybe he's trying to keep the bowlers off their feet for a little bit longer. But you can be absolutely certain they're going to go very, very hard with the bat tomorrow.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Great to speak to you as always, Ian. Thank you.